100%. That's the tariff certain drones are looking at coming into this country, and it starts September 3rd. There's a lot going on here, so stick around and we'll break it down. Hey everyone, Jeff Bickley here. On August 13th, yesterday as I'm recording this, the president signed a proclamation putting tariffs on imported drones and drone components. Now, to be clear, this is a completely separate action from the FCC proceedings that we've been covering. It's a different agency with different authority using a different mechanism, but it lands on the same equipment and it lands first. And this has led to a lot of confusion. Are they banning drones or are they putting tariffs on them? Which is it? Now, before we answer that, I want to just kind of back up for a second. So what happened yesterday was done under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act of 1962, the National Security Trade Authority, which is the same one that was used for steel and aluminum. Section 232 isn't a ban, and it doesn't stop anything from crossing the border. It just makes it more expensive. And that's important because a lot of people are going to read that headline and think that the door just closed. It didn't. The door just got a toll booth. So let's answer the question head on. Ban or tariff? The answer is both. And there are two different actions running on two parallel paths. And here's the difference that matters. The tariff is done. It's signed, it's real, it has a date, September 3rd. Nobody has to vote on it. There's no comment period. It just happens. The ban, on the other hand, is not done. The FCC's DA 26-758, the one we covered a few weeks ago, is a proposal. That one has not been adopted yet. There's an open comment period, and the FCC can adopt it, narrow it, or drop it altogether. We'll find out soon enough on that. So if you're asking what is happening right now, the answer is the tariff. If you're asking what might happen next, that's the ban. And here's where most of the confusion, I think, is coming from. These are not alternatives. Nobody picked the tariff instead of the ban. Both can happen. You could end up with equipment that's been tariffed at 100% this fall and then prohibited from import after that. A tariff makes it expensive. A ban makes it unavailable. So we're looking at both, just on different clocks. Okay, so here's the structure of the tariff. There's a 100% tariff on drones the administration considers particularly sensitive for national security, and that includes drones with a maximum takeoff weight of over 55 pounds, drones with thermal imaging, and then, of course, the docking stations for those drones, and then certain critical components that go into those drones. So basically, this includes just about every spray drone on the market. If it's on the 44807 list, and it comes from China, there will be 100% tariffs. Done, end of story. There's no ambiguity with this. Then there's a 25% tariff on smaller drones that lack those sensitive capabilities and on other drone components. Allied countries, on the other hand, get lower rates. So there will be 15% tariffs for the EU, Japan, South Korea, and a few others. Then 10% for the UK. And I think this is important. Substantially all the hardware, software, and technology has to come from those countries, or here you cannot route a Chinese airframe through an allied nation to get it. Now let's talk about the timing. And this is the part I've already seen reported wrong, so I want to be especially clear on this. The proclamation was signed yesterday, August 13th. The tariffs take effect 21 days after signing. So that's September 3rd, not August 13th. I've seen at least one industry bulletin collapse those two dates and tell people that the tariffs have already hit. They have not. So as I'm recording this, there is still a window. Components that aren't considered sensitive get a longer runway, so 180 days after signing. And then there's one more piece that is getting misread. For products that the Department of War approves for an exemption from the FCC's covered list within 20 days of signing, the tariffs hit at 180 days instead of 21. Now, let's read that carefully. That's not a tariff exemption, that's just a delay. These products will still get tariffed, they just get 6 months instead of the 3 weeks. Now, the proclamation also directs Commerce to stand up a program supporting companies that build drones and components here. Same pattern we've been watching for a while now: raise the cost on the imported option and then support the domestic one. And here's the problem. While it's true that we absolutely should be supporting domestic drone manufacturing, the reality is that there's just not an American manufacturer that can match the technology coming out of China today. And that's not going to change in the next 3 weeks. That's unfortunate, but that is the reality. It's something that I desperately wish was not true. Now, I've said this going back to every video that I've done over the past couple of years, and it still holds true today. If you already own your equipment, this does nothing to you. A tariff is charged at import. It does not touch the aircraft that are already here. It has no effect on your ability to operate what's in your fleet. So nobody is getting grounded by a tariff, and nobody is getting grounded based on the proposed import ban that the FCC put out a few weeks ago. So if you own it, you can fly it, nothing changes. But here's the part I think is the real story. So go back to those two tracks. We've got the comments on the FCC proposal that are due September 2nd. The tariffs take effect on September 3rd. Those dates are 1 date apart, and I don't think that's a coincidence. That looks to me like a coordinated push. And then if you look at the categories, the FCC proposal lists 7 capabilities that make a foreign drone, quote, military grade by their standard. 3 of them over 55 pounds, thermal imaging, and docking stations show up again as triggers for the 100% tariff. So you've got 2 agencies, 2 legal authorities, but it's the same target list. And that is important, I think, for us to understand. One agency is arguing that this equipment is too dangerous to let into the country, and another is taxing it as though it's going to keep coming in, but both are pointed in the same direction. So what should you actually do with this? You need to start thinking seriously about stocking up on parts, because components are tied to this as well. And I cannot emphasize this enough. If you've been sitting on a purchase decision, understand that the math changes on September 3rd, 3 weeks out, and it changes by a lot. This is not a scare tactic. That's just an effective date. If you're looking to add a drone to your fleet, reach out to us now. We have inventory at today's prices. And there happens to be manufacturer promotions running through the end of the month on certain units. So now is the time to build redundancy into your system. At AccuSpray, listen, we're not just a drone dealer. We are operators. We have flight crews and franchisees out treating acres today, and we're stocking up. I recommend that you do the same. Listen, American technology will get there, and we're working really hard on that too. But as applicators with a business to run, we have to have contingencies in place. Fail to plan, plan to fail, make a plan, work the plan. Preparation prevents poor performance. Listen, I'm just trying to help. If your livelihood depends on this, do what you got to do to get shored up, and we'll leave it at that. But anyway, if this was useful, hit subscribe and turn on the notifications, because this story is moving every few days now and you don't want to be in the dark. Also, make sure that you share it with anybody in the business who's wanting to stay in business. The best way to win a game is to first know the rules. Those are becoming clearer now. So strap in, put your helmet on. It's going to get bumpy before it gets better, but for those who can survive the pain, I think there's tremendous opportunity on the other side of this. So anyway, that's all for now. We'll keep you up to speed as additional developments roll out. But until then, as always, be safe, fly smart, and keep building.